And by the way, when I say bad art, I don't mean the easy to consume, universally programmed mainstream stuff like The Weeknd's music. I mean the hard to watch, trash quality stuff like The Weeknd's show.
Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god.
The question is that is there any good that can come out of binging a terrible show, reading a terrible book, or watching a terrible video? And I know what you're thinking I'm gonna say. Watching bad stuff makes you appreciate the good stuff more. And that is true and all, but that's not some power now, is it? We're talking how bad art can unironically be used for good. How is that? Now to answer that question, I might have to get a little personal. My partner and I have a lot in common, okay? We met at a bookstore, so clearly we love reading and art and all that nerd stuff. Both of us have a passion we put above everything else, and we've both been feeling terrible about it because we haven't done anything lately. You folks can relate to that, right? Not feeling productive enough, self-doubt seeping in every time you start, and the paralyzing cycle of not doing anything propagated by the very thing it's causing.
What are you pouring this kid, Ted?
That's his first drink.
I mean, I've never been the Jesus of uploads, but one video in the last 10 months? Like, seriously? Despite all my closest friends uploading and also literally bullying me to do it all this time, like, what is my excuse? So yeah, let's just say both of us had good reason to feel bad about ourselves. And it got worse when she had to go out of town for over a month. The word missing doesn't quite cut it, okay? So we got on video chat and started doing things like read a book. And because we like to torture ourselves, it was a series of beautiful letters written by two poets professing love to each other like 900 miles apart. That book gave us what good art gives us. Something to connect with, something to be engaged by, something to point at and say, hey, I see myself in this. But here's the thing. Those letters were spread over the course of days, weeks, years, and trying to understand their story felt like piecing together Dark Souls lore by reading item descriptions. It didn't feel enough. Like, okay, they feel kind of sad right now in the letters. Did something happen between them? Will they be okay? So in that curiosity, my lady ended up buying another book about their life. So we were planning to give it a look, but that fateful day, something else also happened. My folks on Discord, you know, the ones who've been bullying me to upload for years and years and years, got in a discussion about some of my favorite topics, YouTube and storytelling and me. So I told her goodnight and the chat went on for the next 4 hours. I was both bluntly called out on my face and empathetically asked to get to the root of why I don't upload. I look at all these people at the top of their game and I can't help think, how could someone think of all this? How did Bradbury write Fahrenheit 451 within a couple days, paying for the typewriter by the hour? How did so many talented people get together and work like cells in a body and produce such an amazing game or such a fine piece of cinema? How do these other YouTubers make videos that are so great so consistently? And that feeling, it's not just of appreciation or awe, you know. It's also of inability.
Somebody wants to make videos, right? And all of us who do creative work, like, you know, we get into it. And we get into it because we have good taste. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want to make TV because you love TV. You know what I mean? Because there's stuff that you just, like, love, okay? So you've got really good taste. And you get into this thing that I don't even know how to describe, but it's like there's a gap. That for the first couple of years that you're making stuff, what you're making isn't so good, okay? It's not that great. It's really not that great. It's trying to be good. It has ambition to be good, but it's not quite that good. But your taste, the thing that got you into the game, your taste is still killer. And your taste is good enough that you can tell that what you're making is kind of a disappointment to you. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell that it's still sort of crappy. A lot of people never get past that phase. A lot of people at that point, they quit.
So I logged off, still thinking about everything we'd all just talked about, and I realized my lady's still up. In all this time we were chatting, she had started and finished that second book. You know, the one telling the entire life story of our lovebird poets there. Oh wait, how was it, you ask? You know the last time you watched or played or read something and you sorely regretted every moment spent on it? It's as if you're looking for the button to refund your hours but the return window's gone. That happened. It was such a dumpster fire that I witnessed a new side of my girlfriend. I've never seen her actively hate something this much. She said the book was so bad, with this egomaniac of a writer making it all about their own life, their own feelings rather than the actual story, that she'd walked away with zero new information and actually felt like the book had made her like her beloved lovebird poets less. Hell, she said, I'm feeling such strong emotions for this book that I don't even miss you right now. So, what the fuck? Why is this power of bad art again? It literally just destroyed everything around itself. It made her mood worse, made her like another good piece of art lesser. Hell, it made her stop missing me, which I thought was physically impossible. So what good was any of it? Well, it's because she said one more thing. For the first time in the last 30 days, she feels at peace when it comes to the stuff that's been bothering her. Now, I wanted to thank the author for writing something so bad it made my girlfriend feel less like a failure. I had just gotten the reason and the topic to make this video all at the same time. You know, I've had this habit of watching some of my favorite YouTubers a lot of times before I'm going on a productive session, so I'm reminded how high the bar is, how great videos can be, just so I have a standard to meet. This is a habit I've had for years. It's not even a conscious thing, but only today I'm beginning to realize how bad it has been for me, actually. Watching an amazingly edited video right before editing might put me in the mindset of doing great things, but it also comes with a kind of burden of doing great things. But we often do that, don't we? Look at people at the pinnacle of what they do, the outliers, the best of the best, and they look unreachable, so we feel terrible about ourselves. It's as if I start making music today and then look at the weekend and go, how am I gonna make videos as great if this is what I'm making right now? And even though I technically know that those people started small too, just knowing the right things doesn't make you feel the right way, does it? You cannot fit a logical piece into an emotional puzzle. Emotions can only be cancelled by... Okay, so what's the solution again? Start watching bad videos? Isn't that kinda like just comparing myself to the worst stuff just to make myself feel better? That's weird, right? But if that's weird, then I shouldn't be comparing myself to the best to make myself feel worse either. Isn't that equally weird? I know I'm not gonna stop looking up to the best of the best. I can't help that. But at least now, I'm also gonna pepper it with the worst of the worst. Basically, you should look at the weekend's work, not just if you're starting to make music, but also if you're starting to make a show. And all this bad art doesn't just make you feel better. It doesn't just cancel out emotions watching people doing better than you brought. But it also simply shows you the kind of world we live in. It tells you how low the bar actually is, and that it's okay to suck. And that makes you do something everyone on the planet should be allowed to do. Create some bad art of your own.
I'll just enjoy what I'm doing, keep pushing forward and moving, appreciate the improvement, yeah.